Pojo class bank registration means that means encapsulation on variables. That part is done. That part is finished. Okay. So now guys, explain. Last session. Explain to him. Not now. After class. Okay. So now, guys, this is our bank registration class, and here we create accounts, everything. Okay. Now, guys, here, um, let's go for okay. Um, okay. So take next heading, guys. Encapsulation on methods. Encapsulation on methods. Deepak, I guess I already give you the range. Okay, what will be the range of long? Obviously, it will be more than 15 or 16 digit on an average. Okay, so now guys, pay attention here carefully. Okay, online people look at your screen. Offline people look here. Hmm. So now encapsulation on methods means what? Boss, we will have a method and we will keep that method private. Any member keep as private, nothing but encapsulation, simple concept. Okay. So if method we keep as private, access only within that class, not accessible anywhere, not through object creation, not through inheritance. Okay. Now, in the case of methods, we have two types. What are those? One is static method, another is non-static method. Can we keep both the method private?
Yes.
Static method also, non-static method also. Let's see. So here we will create new class encap methods. Okay, I will define what? Main method. Now guys, here let's say I will create a method private void m1. Okay, and here I will create a method private static void m2. Is everyone clear? Okay, that means guys, can I say we can keep both the methods are private? Static method also, non-static method also. Any confusion up to this? Pakka? Okay. So now guys, let's have a notes. Okay. So is everyone took the heading encapsulation on methods? Okay. In previous batch, I already have a note. I'll just do copy paste. Noted down. Need some clarification in the session and I can share the screen. Okay, Deepak, we will see. Guys, done with the copy? Everyone? Online people? Okay. So guys, now see what we will make. We can make both the methods are private, and private methods cannot be accessed outside the class. So let's say here I will give. Hey, by the way, do one thing. First, write down this. We can keep both the methods are private. Write down this. Valid. This is also valid. This is also valid. Guys, done? Online people, done with the copy? Okay. Yeah. Now, guys, what we will do? We will remove this. We will remove this. Now we have private M1 method. Okay. So let's make the task very simple. System.out.println. Let's say here I will mention what? Private M1 running. Okay. Now guys, here I can access this method in current class because private having access scope within a class. So let me create an object em equals to new of incap method, and after that em dot m1. So problem solved. You can run. It will work. Correct. Private M1 running. Now guys, instead of this, if we have another class like test incap methods, and what do you think? Can we access same thing? Online people, give reply. Can we access same thing here in a test incap? No. Okay. So even though you try to keep, see, object you can create successfully, correct? See, object you can successfully, but method you cannot call. Okay. Why it is method? One has private access. Is everyone clear on this? M1 has private access. So only within this. Now guys, voice break. Guys, is my voice audible? Guys, is my voice audible? Okay. Okay. Now it is audible, everyone? Yeah. So guys, M1 cannot be accessed in another class because it has what? Private access. Okay. Now tell me, can we have getters here? Obviously, how to access private memory in another class? By declaring what? Getters. Okay. So getter setters is the concept through which we can access private member outside the class also, and we can manipulate it also. Okay. Now, in which class we have to declare getter? Test in cap class. Sure. Getter means can I access this method here? Then in which class we have to declare getter? The class where private member is present. Remember this. Okay. Correct. Same thing we done here now. See bank registration. Here private member are present. In a same class we give what? Getters and setters. Okay. So here also we have to give private method here. So getter setter must be declared here. So let's say getter for private method. Okay. So how to declare? Very simple, guys. Okay. See, in the case of variable, what rule we are following? Observe here, everyone. Get. Every getter starts from get. Get what? Field name. Name. So name. Get name. Name belongs to which type? String. So field data type becomes getter return type. Return name. Simple concept. Okay. Now, in the case of method, what is the return type of M1? Return type? Void. So obviously what will be getter return type? Void. Getting my point? Okay. So let's say public, every getter is what? Public. Method name is get M1 and what will be the return type? Void, because M1 return type is void. So after this, can you call M1 method from here? Let's say problem solve. Okay. M1 cannot go outside this class. Get M1 is a public. It can go. Okay. So instead of M1, now we will give what? Get M1. See. So now how to execute this class? Go here. Run as Java application. Okay. So is it working? Private M1 running? Okay. Now guys, here observe one more part. Observe one more part. Let's assume I have a private method like this. Private int M1. Not M1, duplicate M2. Okay. So obviously now here we will say private M2 running. In that return, let's say some integer value, let's say 50. So tell me how you will declare getter for this? Getter must be public. Method name will be get m2. And what is the return type of m2? Int. So what is the return type of getter? Int. Is everyone clear on this? Method return type same as getter return type. Okay. So after this, return m2. That's a problem solved. Automatically m2 method will get invoked. 50 value come here. From that 50 value come here. So here if I say, we will say em dot get m2, directly we can print. Is it working? Private m2 running 50. Any confusion? Pakka? Hey, look here. Yes, no? Confirm? Okay. Online people? Give me confirmation. Okay. So guys, now say, this is the way we will define what? Getter. Okay. But now how to define setter? Setter means what? Change the implementation or change the manipulate private member. Simple. Tell me here what kind of changes you want. Instead of private M1 running, you want something different. Then how will you declare setter? Public void set M2. Okay. So public void set M2, and tell me how will you change implementation of set M1? How will you change implementation of M1? Huh? What? Here we will give. Here you will give. Okay, here you will give. Okay, here I will give string, let's say message. Where still how we will change implementation of this method? Low method change their implementation. This concept is what? Method change their implementation means what? Online overriding. Can we do override in the same class? Can we do override in the same class? We will override in a child class. And for overriding, inheritance is compulsory. Can you inherit private method? Then setter's concept is not applicable on methods. Getters, setters, both are for variables. But for methods, only getters. That's it. Okay. Setters we can't give only. We cannot change implementation. Are you getting my point? Okay. So, guys, this is gone. And here I will keep a short note, guys. Okay. Setter's concept is not applicable for methods. Is everyone clear on this? Note it down. Guys, done with the copy? Guys, done with the copy? Okay. So, guys, now observe this. These are one conclusion what we will have. If we make non-static method as private, that method restricted within that class, indirectly that method cannot be inherited. Cannot be inherited means no overriding. That's the reason this method never perform runtime polymorphism. Did everyone get my point? Private method cannot perform runtime polymorphism because they cannot inherit, no override. Okay, but private method we can overload. We cannot override, but we can overload. See, guys, here observe. If we have private void M1, we can have one more private void M1 int x. Any problem? Got the point clearly? Okay. So private method, can they perform compile time polymorphism? Can they perform compile time polymorphism? Yes. Keshav, listen the question carefully. So they can perform what? Compile time polymorphism. Can they perform runtime? No, because they cannot be inherited. Simple. Got the point? Note down this. Now, guys, one more thing. Stop writing. Stop writing. Let's finish one more part. This is the story of non-static method. That if non-static method we make private, restricted, no inheritance, no overriding, no runtime polymorphism. Compile time is okay, green card for them. But now if same thing we apply on static method, what will happen? We can make static method private. So they also restrict within a class. So they cannot perform method hiding. Is everyone clear? Static method overriding nothing but become method hiding. So private static method cannot perform method hiding. Non-static method cannot perform override. Is it clear everyone? Pakka? Okay. Now write down this. Write down this. हाँ guys, done with the copy? Okay. So guys, any confusion on encapsulation on methods? Online people, any confusion on encapsulation on methods? Okay. So now guys, can we make both the methods private? Static, non-static? Okay. Static method private cannot perform. Tell me. Static method private cannot perform. Huh? Cannot perform method hiding. Non-static method private cannot perform overriding. Clear? Okay. Now, syntax of declaring getter for method. See, observe here. Syntax is, what is the access specifier? Public. Return type, same as method return type. Method name starts from get. Get means private method name, question mark. Return that question mark. Setter's concept is not applicable. Why? Because setter implies what? Change in implementation. So changing implementation of method, nothing but overriding. And overriding not possible without inheritance. Private method cannot be inherited. This is the explanation, guys, of a question just 3-4 days back. One of my students got this question. You cannot declare setters for private method. This is the answer. Why we cannot declare? Tell me. Because overriding never happen in same class. We need to inherit, and inheritance not possible. Got the point? Online people? Okay. Note it down. Done with the copy, everyone? Okay. So now guys, encapsulation on methods done, variables done. Which is third member? Hmm? Hey, louder. Now you are not online. What is third member? Blocks. So now guys, whenever topic comes to blocks, highly innocent member, never give you any trouble. Correct? That fellow didn't give any trouble in inheritance, no trouble in polymorphism. Let's see encapsulation like Ravi. Ravi, you will not give any trouble. Anirudh, he is strongly denying it. Okay. He is live in front of me only. Okay. So, guys, now say encapsulation on blocks. Okay. So, take that heading. Let's say here we will give what? Encapsulation on block. Guys, copy later. First, pay attention. Okay. So, encapsulation on blocks. Now we have two types of block, static block, non-static block. Okay. So if we go for, let's say, static block concept, here this is static block, correct? This is what? Non-static block. What do you think? Will you keep it private? There is no concept called as private block. Okay, same thing here. Boss, okay, if that fellow want to make private, वो private करे तो किसको करे? There is no name. Are you getting my point? Okay. So block don't have any identifier. They never load in JVM memory. So that's the reason they cannot means they are not eligible for what? Private. And let's assume if it is private, how will you declare getter? Get what? Static block. Get non-static block. There is no name only. Okay. That's the reason blocks highly innocent member. Okay. So can I say both the situation we will get compile time error? Yes or no? So here if we give like this, here also CTE, here also CTE. Any confusion? Okay. So guys, can I say reason is same what we had in polymorphism case? Only few words will get changed. Because it don't have any identifier, never load in JVM memory. Problem solved. Write it down. So Ravi, you are innocent, huh? Anirudh, Ravi is planning something for you. Okay, very, very special.
He's staying in my room, sir.
Done with the copy? Everyone? Guys, let me know. Okay. Now, guys, listen what I am saying very carefully. Highly innocent member is block. Highly culprit is next fellow. Okay. Whenever our topic comes to constructor, some rocket science concept comes. Okay. Here also same thing. Now, listen. We are going to discuss constructor as private. Okay. So everyone just pay attention on my words. I am not doing anything on screen. Okay. So here guys, we will do constructor private. Keep constructor private. Okay. Tell me when constructor will get invoked? Correct. When constructor will get invoked, repeat. Whenever we create a object. Okay. So we will create object, let's say from another class. Okay, we will create object from another class, second class, third class, fourth class, so let's say. But if we create object anyhow from another class, still constructor will invoke. Whichever class object is generated, that class constructor will get invoked. Now, if we make constructor only private, object creation not possible because that fellow will say, hey boss, I cannot execute constructor until and unless constructor will not invoke, object will not initialize. Object will not initialize, compile that. Is everyone getting the story? Then what do you think? Constructor as private, possible? Huh? Because all this drama happens. Okay. Okay. See? Come here. Okay. Now, guys, we have what? Class test. So here we will keep what? Constructor. We will give what? Constructor. Then here we are keeping constructor as what? Private. Ultimately our case is this only, na? Private constructor. So system dot out dot println private constructor running. Guys, again I will repeat, especially for online people, if you are in your dreams, then wake up, because this is very important concept. Right now I just say one thing, this will play huge role in automation and in our section 3 also. Okay, then you will realize. So now we will keep what? Constructor as private. First let's cross check this only, valid or invalid. Okay, so how many things valid, how many things invalid? Okay, how many things invalid? Don't sit here, you give your answer. Not valid. According to? I didn't say anything. So, valid, Java C test dot Java. Shall we compile? Pakka? Confirm? Confirm?
Yes, sir.
That means now we have to play a big role here. If constructor as private not possible, trust me, our headache is less. Okay, but not possible, compile time error, leave it. Okay, but it is possible. Now so much drama is there because if constructor is private, object creation will not happen now. Okay, so guys, now say it is possible. So first question is, can we make constructor private? Yes, no. Is constructor eligible for encapsulation? Yes, no. No. Josephine, can we make, is encapsulation possible on constructor? Yes. Anything is private encapsulation. So here, now see guys, I have another class. What is my class name? Demo. I will have what? First main method. Okay. Then here we will print system.out.println. Let's say main star. Okay. Here main end, and here we will create an object of what? Test class. New of test. So let me compile this. See, is everyone get error? Test constructor. See, this is a constructor. Test parenthesis open. Test constructor has private access in test. Any confusion, guys? So here, guys, huge impact is there. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, now guys, huge impact is there. That huge impact is, okay, this is, don't feel like it is so simple what we are seeing. Okay, because so many concepts internally got break now. No object creation. That means it is restricting object oriented programming of Java, because object creation not possible. Okay, so we can make constructor as private. First point, if constructor as private, what will happen? In any other class we cannot make a object. Okay, we will directly get a error. Am I clear? Confirm? So guys, now let's have some short note. Okay, right now only this. Hey, where is our notes? Here. Guys, note down this. Take heading encapsulation on constructor. Note it down. Done? Guys, done with this? Get this? Write down this tester class. हाँ, डन एवरीवन. कहाँ रुके थे? हाँ, so constructor as private. So can we write private constructor? Hey, yes, no. Okay. Now, if constructor private, we cannot create object in another class. Okay. Now, guys, one thing is we Air Force. Huh. So we cannot create object in another class. But can we create object in same class? Because private member is not like no one can access on it. It is not accessible in another class, but we can access in current class. So here guys, what we will do, remove this. Okay. So remove this, run this. Now where is command prompt? So now let me compile. Any problem? Java test. Is it working? Okay. That means here guys, we can say private constructor object, or else not like this. Through private constructor, we can create object in same class. Okay. Note down this. Hmm. Okay. So then with the copy. Okay. Now guys, keep our this topic outside. Come back to the Java. Now, constructor as private possible. We can create object in current class. We cannot create object in another class. Online people, is everyone clear up to this? Okay. So now guys, we will see what is the impact of private constructor. Okay. Like if we make constructor private, what kind of impact it is having? Okay. So pay attention here. For that, let's go to paint. Now observe this. Guys, normal level I am saying, um, is it visible? I don't think so. Mm, okay. So let's say normal approach. Okay. Normal approach to keep the things. Okay. Normally, we will have a class. Observe this. Normally, we will have a what? Class. Okay. In a class, we will have some private variable and methods. Yes or no? Private variables and methods. Now, guys, to access this, to access this, we will create getters and setters. Depends on, remember, if variable both, if method only getter. Okay, so we will do getters and setters. Now guys, you tell me, is any time we are giving getters as static? Remember, is any time we keep getters static? No, getters are always non-static. Now, if you see, sir, is it like if I make static, we will get any error? No error. But that is not a Java coding standard. As per Java coding standard, normally getters are always non-static. Okay. So getters and setters will be there, which are non-static in nature. Is everyone clear up to this? Okay. So this part is done. After this, as these are non-static, that means you will create an object, correct? So in other class, okay, so in other class, okay, in other class we will create what? Object. So this is nothing but object. Okay, so this is nothing but object, and let's say this is a object of class, correct? It is nothing but what? Object of class. And in this object, can I say all getters, setters, private member, everything will get loaded? Okay. So all member with getter and setter will be loaded here. Okay. Guys, this object creation is possible because of that only. we can access private member, yes or no? Okay, so here we will say finally through object creation we will access private member. Is everyone clear? We will access what? Private member. This is a normal flow. Guys, is everyone clear with this normal flow? Pakka? Hey, yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Online paper. Is everyone clear with this? Okay. We will have private member. Okay. We will have private member and getter setters and create object and then access. Now guys, if in this story only one change I will make, okay, here if constructor is private. Now say if constructor is private, okay, variable method will be there, no problem. Getter setters will be there, no problem. Object creation, not possible. So this is gone. This is gone. Ultimately, this is gone. That means whatever the things you done here all become useless. All the things become useless because that getter setters are non-static in nature. Without object creation, you cannot access. Is everyone clear? Pakka? So, if we are saying what is the impact of private constructor, first the impact is on a normal level, whatever getter setters we are accessing, after private constructor we cannot access because object creation is not possible. Clear? Second thing. Second impact, object creation not possible in other class. Third impact, if constructor is accessible, then only inheritance is happening. Subclass constructor should make a call to superclass constructor. Here constructor is private. Do you think chaining will happen? Okay, see, if a constructor is private, so what we will do, we will create one class as, okay, and here what we will do, extends test. See, the code which is compiled fine before, now you will get compile time error. Are you having? Test has private access on a extend, see, extend line. Okay, so nothing but here we will get what? Compile time error. Any confusion? That means what is the impact? Getter setters not accessible. Number one. Object creation not possible. Number two. Inheritance not possible. So in other words, guys, can we say if a constructor is private, then that class don't have any child class? Matter close there only. Because inheritance growth restricted. So if constructor is private, that class don't have any child class, no inheritance. Point number 4. Can we say constructor are used for initialization, reinitialization of members? Just like here, see, constructor we are using for reinitialization, correct? These all values we are inserting in these fields and we are doing inside constructor. But if constructor is private, will this possible? Is everyone clear? So first impact, getter setters not accessible. Second, object creation not possible. Third, inheritance not possible. Fourth, Initialization, reinitialization is not possible. Everyone clear? Impact of private constructor. Take this heading and make this as a 3-star interview question. What is the impact of private constructor? We will see what is the need. If this much melodrama is there, some need will be there. We will see. Guys, note down this. I guess here we have to change the numbering. 2, 3, 4. Wait. Wait, guys. Wait 1 second. Don't copy. What is the first point? Getters and setters are not accessible. Okay. And I guess you have to write this. Do one thing. First write down this, then copy that paint diagram. Okay. First write down this. Guys, done with the copy? Okay. Write down this paint part. It's easy, Anirudh. See, if constructor is not private, then you can create object and you can access private member through getter setup. But if constructor is private, everything goes waste because object creation not possible. Object not possible, so you cannot access. So ultimately everything stop. That is only the point. Okay. Done with the copy?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Guys, done with the copy? Okay. Guys, write down this inheritance not possible. I will remove this directly. If constructor is private, inheritance not possible. Note down this. So, guys, done with the copy? Okay. So, guys, now how to overcome this impact of private constructor, that we will discuss tomorrow 1:30. Okay. Now, one announcement specially for you who are offline. Okay. Most probably day after tomorrow or after some 1 or 2 days, keep day after tomorrow only, we will have one programming test. Be prepared. Programming test means programming test. Okay. On Java, obviously. I will not ask SQL program. No. See whatever happens. Done. So everyone, we will meet again for tomorrow 1:30. Today 5 p.m. Okay. Fine, guys.